Trump publicly humiliated Putin, meddling in the Caucasus region right in front of the whole world, and Russia's staunch ally switched sides on the spot. Trump gained at least 4 major benefits from this. According to the Washington Post, August 8th was originally the deadline for sanctioning Russia. But in the end, Trump didn't mention sanctions at all. Instead, he made 2 former Soviet republics shake hands and reconcile in front of the whole world. This was nothing short of a humiliation for Putin. You have to understand, August 8th was the deadline Trump gave Putin for his final ultimatum, and the whole world was waiting to see how Trump would deal with Russia. But in the end, Trump completely ignored Putin and was instead busy playing peacemaker, getting Azerbaijan and Armenia to sign a peace agreement at the White House. Both of these countries are traditionally within Russia's sphere of influence, especially Armenia, which is a staunch ally of Russia. Now, Armenia went straight to Washington to shake hands with its enemy. How was Putin supposed to save face? And to make matters worse for Russia, there was a clause in the agreement that really infuriated them. The US secured exclusive development rights to a 42-kilometer transport corridor connecting Azerbaijan's mainland with its exclave. And what's more, this road was named the Trump International Road of Peace and Prosperity. If that's not deliberately rubbing it in, what is? Trump really pulled a ruthless move with this one. Putin worked so hard in the Caucasus region for so many years, but the US, thousands of miles away, just swooped in and settled things in no time. And it happened at Russia's most embarrassing moment. What should have been a day to sanction Russia ended up becoming a day to celebrate an American diplomatic victory. The contrast is just too painful, and the significance of this agreement goes far beyond what you see on the surface. That Trump Road is a strategic location. It allows goods to be transported directly from Turkey to Azerbaijan, completely bypassing Russia and Iran. The US even secured a 99-year development right, which basically means they've set up a stronghold right at Russia's doorstep. What really got under Putin's skin was that the leaders of both countries even announced on the spot that they would jointly nominate Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. Azerbaijani President Aliyev bluntly said, "Besides President Trump, who else deserves the Nobel Peace Prize?" That statement was basically praising Trump while putting down Putin. The 2 countries also formally requested the dissolution of the Minsk Group, an organization that was established back in 1994. This group was specifically responsible for mediating the conflict between the 2 countries and was jointly led by Russia, France, and the United States. Now, they're simply opting out and want to resolve the issue themselves, and they're doing it in Washington. This is basically telling the whole world, we don't need Russia anymore. For Russia, this is nothing short of a double blow, betrayal, and humiliation. Armenia used to be Russia's staunchest ally, but now it's run straight into America's arms. And the agreement even stipulates that US troops might be stationed in Armenia. Isn't that like stabbing Russia right in the heart? That's the United States for you, taking advantage of Russia being tied up in Ukraine to stir up trouble in its own backyard. Russia's influence in the Caucasus region was already on the decline. In 2023, when Azerbaijan retook Nagorno-Karabakh, the Russian peacekeeping forces were basically useless. 100,000 Armenians were forced to flee their homes, and Russia didn't even make a peep. Now, as soon as the US shows up, the issue gets resolved. And on top of that, they got so many benefits out of it. Putin is probably kicking himself with regret. But there's nothing he can do. He was too busy fighting his own war to pay attention to his backyard. Trump's move was honestly brilliant. Just when Putin was counting on him the most, he pulled off a dramatic turnaround. Not only did he not sanction Russia, he even threw a big celebration right on Russia's turf and managed to walk away with a bunch of real gains. And judging from the timing, it's obvious Trump did this on purpose. This kind of psychological tactic is really ruthless. But Trump's actions weren't just to spite Putin. He probably had even bigger plans in mind. This Caucasus peace agreement actually goes hand in hand with his Abraham Accords. The goal is to get more countries to establish diplomatic relations with Israel. Azerbaijan already had a pretty good relationship with Israel, and now this just gives them even more leverage. Trump's move really killed several birds with one stone. He humiliated Putin, secured a strategic foothold, advanced the Middle East peace process, and even got himself nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, Putin can only watch helplessly as the US flexes its muscles right on his doorstep.